Hey guys, today I want to talk to you about race strategy for the Go St. Louis Half Marathon. I won't go through the whole course with you, but before we start all that, we need to know our general race kind of plan. So, whenever I'm looking at a race, I always break it down into fourths. Your first fourth of the race, where you need to stay calm, not get caught up in the moment, and get settled into your pace. The second fourth of your race should be pretty easy. Should be cruising at that point. Shouldn't be too tired. You're not that far into the run. Should just be kind of cranking off the miles and not really worrying about too much. Then the third fourth, from halfway through the race to 3/4 of the way through the race, that's where we're really going to make or break our race. That's what I call no man's land. We're far enough into the run where you're getting tired, you're really starting to feel the effects of it, but we're not close enough to know that we're going to get to the finish line easily. Then we've got the last fourth where we just kick it in and we give it what we got left. So, keeping all that in mind, we're going to go through the race course for Go. As you can see, I've got an incredibly accurate artistic interpretation of the race here. It's going to help us kind of walk through it and so you know what to expect. So, as we start off right in downtown, right, we're going to first go over the bridge and then down Shoto. So we've got a nice hill to get started. We got to be careful there. It's real easy to get sucked into this race a little bit too fast because we got a long, steady, gradual downhill all the way down. Really need to make sure we're controlling our pace early, not getting caught up in the crowd, not getting caught up in the downhill too. Remember, this whole first stretch is a whole lot of downhill. Then as we make this turn, right before we get to the brewery, we make a turn and we go up a hill. So this stretch right here, that's all uphill. It's not that bad of a hill, it's not that long of a hill, but it is the first kind of hill you hit and you're going to be passing people there. But good thing is you get rewarded as you make the turn. The neighborhood down there always does a great job. They throw a pajama party. Hopefully we've got another good one this year. It's always a lot of fun, a lot of cheering support right in this area. And then you make the turn, go down the hill, right through the brewery there. So you're going right along the brewery, down that hill. Again, this is kind of the end of the first fourth of the race, so we don't want to get going too fast going down that hill. Then we get the long stretch back up Broadway. This should be kind of cruise area, right? It's not much of a hill. It's a very, very tiny uphill grade, not too much. But you can really kind of lock in, just start cruising. This is a great time to find someone, exchange a couple encouraging words with them, because you should be feeling pretty good and just kind of cruising along at your desired pace at that point. So then we're going to get around to our turn and we're going to start hitting our crowds. We get a lot of crowd support right in there, which is great. So we're coming right back kind of across the starting finishing area, get a lot of crowd support through there. We are starting to go uphill a little bit there, so we need to be careful of that, because right as we hit this turn here, that's our halfway point. Alright, so as we make that left, that's right at our halfway point. And the great people at Go this year have named from our halfway point all the way out through SLU's campus, Holy Hill. It's a huge stretch, and it's an uphill gain from here to here. So it's a little bit of rolling up and down, but it is uphill from here all the way to here. And this is an important area of the race. Remember, that's your third fourth of the race. From right when you're starting to feel fatigued, right? The race is starting to wear on you a little bit, and we've got a whole bunch of hills, so we really got to stay mentally strong there. Here's the little point of advice. There's a church here. There's almost always a priest throwing some holy water out. So make sure you get blessed, because you're going to need it through this stretch. It's a rough stretch. We really got to stay strong through that and have confidence in your training that you can make it through this, okay? It's really, really important that we stay strong and confident through this long stretch heading up to SLU. Right, so then once we get to SLU, we make the turn and we come along here. We get a nice little goo packet station right there. Make sure you grab that. That's your last point where you can really get some fuel in that's going to help you before the end of the race. So make sure you grab that goo packet there. Use that to your best advantage. Then as we make this turn out here, there we're going to get a lot of crowd support again. This whole area right through here, the turnaround section, has a lot of great support. So make sure we're using that. And this over here, somewhere roughly about here, so marks the end of your third fourth. So we've got a long stretch from here all the way over to here. A lot of uphill where we really got to stay strong. Towards the end of it, we get some good crowd support, which is going to help a lot. And we make the turn and we get 10, and we've just got our last 5K coming back in. I made that sound easy, but it's the last fourth of our race, and we really need to know if we can push at this point. This stretch of the race is it's up and down hills. None of them are crazy. They feel a lot worse than they really are because you're at the end of a long race. But have faith in your training, have faith in your legs, and you'll be able to make this stretch still strong. Have confidence in what you're doing, and don't let your eyes deceive you. We can see, if it's a clear day, you're going to see a long stretch heading into downtown. Don't get caught up in that. Keep your eyes up so we make things feel a little bit easier and your stride stays open. But don't get caught up in how close things are, because it's again, big objects out there. They feel closer than they are. We've got a full 5K from that turnaround all the way back in. So make sure you're staying strong, and as soon as you feel like you know you're going to finish, start turning it up. You're going to finish with a nice uphill. The last quarter mile or so is definitely an uphill stretch, but hey, it's the last quarter of the mile race. Go ahead and get after it. So I hope this race breakdown helps you out, and you know what to expect a little bit more on race day. We'll see you out there.